Have you ever felt like everyone seems to know their calling except you? You see people starting ministries, you see people launching businesses, stepping into things they feel called to do. And meanwhile, you're sitting there thinking, like, God, what am I supposed to be doing? Maybe you prayed about it, thought about it, asked people about it, but nothing feels clear. And if you're really honest, a frustrating thought eventually shows up. Like, what if I never figured this out? But here's something that nobody explained to me for a long time. You see, a lot of people aren't confused about their calling because they're doing something wrong. They're confused because they misunderstand two words that sound similar but mean very different things: purpose and calling. And when those two things get mixed up, people start chasing clarity God never asked them to chase. So today, I want to help you to untangle this. So we're going to talk about three things. First, what purpose actually is. Second, what calling really means. And third, why confusing these two ideas leaves so many people feeling stuck and frustrated. Because once you understand the difference between the two, a lot of pressure disappears and your life starts making a lot more sense. Now, a lot of people grow up hearing something like this: God has a calling on your life, which is true, don't get me wrong, but many people interpret that statement incorrectly and they start believing something dangerous. They start thinking like, my life doesn't matter until I discover my calling. So they begin searching for the right ministry, searching for the right career, the right platform, or the right opportunities. And the whole time they were feeling like they were behind, like everyone else knows what they're doing. But guess what? They don't. And this creates anxiety, comparison, and frustration. But here's the problem. You see, many people are trying to discover their calling before they understand their purpose. Now, here's what I want you to understand. That purpose is who you're becoming, and calling is what you are assigned to do. Let me say that for you again. Purpose is who you are becoming, and calling is what you're assigned to do. You see, purpose deals with your identity, and calling deals with your assignment. And your identity always comes before your assignment. For example, have you ever chased something and later realized it wasn't actually meant for you? Drop a yes indeed in the comment if that's been you. Because the part that I want you to catch is that your purpose is not a mystery. And the Bible already tells us that every believer shares the same purpose. And that's to become more like Christ. You see, Romans 8:29 tells us that God's plan is to conform us to the image of his son. That means your purpose is not a job title. It's not a platform. It's not a position. Your purpose is transformation. Your purpose is reflecting the character of Christ. That means loving God, loving people, and making disciples. And here's the most important part. You can fulfill your purpose anywhere: in your job, in your family, in your community. See, purpose is about who you are becoming. Now, calling is different. You see, calling is an assignment. It's the role that you play. For example, some people are called to teach, lead, build businesses, serve communities, raise family, create solutions. See, calling is where your gifts, your opportunities, and your influence intersect. But here's what most people misunderstand: that your calling can change throughout your life. You see, Moses had multiple callings. David had multiple seasons. Paul had different assignments, but their purpose never changed. They were always becoming people who honored God. Now let that sit in for a moment. Now, let me ask you something. Do you feel pressure to have your entire life figured out right now? If so, type pressure in the comments below, because that pressure is exactly what confuses people. Now, here are the three reasons why people confuse purpose and calling. First, social comparison. You see, people see someone successful and think, I should be doing something like that. Second, platform culture. We live in a time where visibility is celebrated. So people think their calling must be public, but some of the most important calling in the world are quiet. And third, impatience. You see, people want clarity immediately, like it's something that you just throw in the microwave. But calling is often revealed through obedience over time. You see, you don't discover your calling by waiting. You discover it by walking with God daily. See, I remember in my own life where I thought purpose meant achievement. I thought once I reach a certain place in my life, then my life would finally make sense. But eventually I realized something, that God was more concerned about who I was becoming than what I was accomplishing. And once I understood that, the pressure lifted off of me, because purpose was happening every day, even in the ordinary moments. So if you're confused about your calling, here are 3 questions to ask yourself. First, who am I becoming? Like, are you spiritually growing? Because that's purpose. Second, what opportunities are in front of me right now? Because calling normally begins with what's already in your hands. And third, what gifts keep showing up in your life? Because God often reveals calling through patterns, not lightning bolts. You don't have to have your whole life figured out. You just have to walk faithfully today. You see, purpose is already happening. Every time you choose integrity, growth, obedience, love, and as you walk in purpose, calling begins to reveal itself. Now, if this message helped you to understand the difference between purpose and calling, like and subscribe to the channel, because this channel is about identity, spiritual resilience, and living with clarity. Check out my book, Never Broken, How God Reveals What Life Tries to Shatter. Because the greatest lie many people believe is that they're broken beyond repair, when the truth is God is still building something powerful in your life. Y'all stay blessed.